What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. We're here for a little softball preview as the SEC play gets underway this weekend at Loves Field, Oklahoma versus South Carolina, a battle of undefeated teams. Yep, South Carolina's undefeated, coming fresh off of a sweep of Duke. This team is for real. This is a true test for the Sooners, who have been dominant, especially as of late, with many run rules this last weekend in the Omni Classic. But now the true test comes as South Carolina comes into Loves Field, starts Friday night at 6:30. We're going to cover it and kind of preview this series. Before we do get started, make sure you like our video, you subscribe to our channel here at the Sooner Surge. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. Jackson, Oklahoma, South Carolina. I would say during the non-con, where it was easier for OU. Oklahoma's non-conference schedule was not what it's been in the past. It also was not near as tough as what South Carolina played in the non-con. But both teams come out unscathed, and they're undefeated. And there's some questions that have been answered in OU's non-con. The pitching has been better than advertised, in my opinion. Hitting has also, especially this last weekend, started to come around with the long ball, been very good, maybe even more impressive at some position groups like Isabella Emmerling at catcher and some others. But now it really gets interesting, and this gets really fun as SEC play finally is here for the Sooners.
Yeah, this is only South Carolina's second true road test of the season, Jeremy, and opening up SEC play, going into Oklahoma. I know they went to Duke and swept that series, but Duke, they're not Oklahoma. They didn't play at Loves Field, which is the just absolute best stadium in college softball right now. And so this is really going to be a team of South Carolina that they're ranked, I believe, number 11 right now, but they have so much to prove, Jeremy. They want to come in. They want to beat Oklahoma, take down the defending 4-time national champions. So I know they're going to be amped up for this series. Oklahoma, they have a ton of young players playing really in their first big-time games yet, because this is a South Carolina team. They have an argument to be top 10, maybe top 8 in the country, with them being undefeated, having some impressive wins on their resume. But you talked about Oklahoma's ability to pitch, Jeremy. I think Sam Landry, she's going to get the ball on Friday night. She's going to be the first one to start the game. She's been consistent all year. She can switch it up with speeds. Her changeup is filthy, Jeremy. It really messes up hitters. So I expect her to get the start. And Oklahoma, I expect them to come out on fire. I expect it to be an electric crowd at Loves Field. And really just, I think this is going to be a true test for both teams super early in the season.
I agree. Sam Landry gets the ball the first game. And look, the Sooners really have 4 pitchers, 2 lefties, 2 righties. You got Sam Landry, Isabella Smith, the 2 transfers. You got the true freshman, Audrey Lowry, and you got the veteran that's been there longer than anyone. That's Kirsten Deal. Those 4, I think, and then Monticelli will be used in spots, I believe. But this is Sam Landry, I think, from the get-go, because I think Patty Gasso wants to throw what she thinks maybe is her best out there this first game and not let South Carolina get some momentum after coming off that sweep of Duke, because they're going to want to make a statement, and Oklahoma's going to want to make a statement here. On the OU side of things, Jackson, it's pretty solidified and set in stone, this lineup and where people are playing. In the infield, it's going to be Garcia and Agbayani in the middle of the infield with the corners of Nelly Mack and Sydney Sanders and Emmerling behind the plate. So that to me, it really, and I'm not saying Garcia is going to play every game at shortstop, because I think Barker can go there and they can do some things. But the only really question may be who the extra hitter is or the designated player is, and then who's going to play outfield. I look for Tia Malloy, who's been pretty consistent as of late, had the stick going pretty well. I look for her to play a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something I was going to say as well is, does Ella Parker start in the outfield? Is she in that DP spot? Is it Tia Malloy in the outfield, or is she in that DP spot? So that's something to see, but it'll be interesting to see the batting order, I think, that is used on Friday night, because we've just seen so many different combinations. Is it Sydney Sanders maybe Is she third or is she fourth behind Cassidy Pickering? Is Abigail Dayton, is she the leadoff hitter? Is it Agbayani? Where does Tia Malloy fit in that lineup? So that's something that we're going to have to see. And I think I think they're going to come out on Friday night on fire offensively. They've been starting to find a rhythm, especially offensively. It took them maybe a little bit longer than what we were accustomed to just due to the newness of a lot of players, but they've gotten that done, Jeremy. And I think, this is definitely an exciting series. What a way to open up SEC play. If you would have asked me at the start of the year if I thought South Carolina would be this good, I would have said no. I'm sure you wouldn't have guessed, but they're playing hot right now. They're going to be uber confident, as I've said, as they defeated Duke. So Oklahoma, they're going to have to be on their A game, Jeremy, which I think they will be. There's players like Ella Parker and Cassidy Pickering and Sydney Sanders that have played in so many big-time games, and they're going to get this team ready. They're going to be the leaders along with Nelly Mack, who's the team captain, and they're going to come out on Friday night, in which I expect Oklahoma to win in a dominating fashion.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would expect South Carolina to be undefeated, especially sweeping Duke. And there's a lot of people that say OU winning the series would be great, winning 2, losing 1. But to me, to make the statement, I think OU, to make the statement that they want, they're going to want to sweep this series. And which is, that's big time. You sweep this series. But let's not put the cart ahead of the horse here because there's a lot of work to be done. OU has been very aggressive on the base pads, with some calls on squeeze plays, specifically one from Sydney Sanders. They've been great defensively. They've been patient at the plate. In order for OU to sweep South Carolina, they're going to have to continue to be great in pitching, which means not give a lot of base on balls, be patient at the plate, be aggressive, and be elite defensively. That's what they've shown they can be, and now it's time to do it against a really good team.
Yeah, Jeremy, if you were to pick a player maybe for this weekend that you think is going to stand out offensively, who would be your player?
Well, I'm not going to say Parker and Pickering. That's too easy. I'm going to go with Tia Malloy. I think Tia Malloy is going to have a phenomenal series.
Yeah, that's who I would go with as well. I think she's just such a special talent as a freshman. I think she's going to be one of the greats at Oklahoma if she's able to develop like we all think that she can in the trajectory that she's on. And I'm excited for this series, man, Jeremy. South Carolina, they're playing great softball. I know they're going to be super determined to come in and knock off Oklahoma. They're going to bring their best. Oklahoma, they need to bring their best, in which this is just the start of SEC play, in which the SEC, Jeremy, really tough conference, a lot tougher of a conference than what we're accustomed to playing in the Big 12. So I know Oklahoma, they might lose a couple games this year more than what we're accustomed to seeing them lose. They might not. But it's just the SEC, it's super tough, and this is just the start of Oklahoma playing these ranked, really good teams.
Yeah, it all gets started Friday night, Love's Field, OU South Carolina, 6:30 first pitch. Make sure you subscribe to the Sooner Surge. We're here to cover it all for you, the podcast that tells it like it is. Thanks for watching this video. We'll catch you next time.